Hello everyone, my name is Stronghold from Stronghold Central, putting the tank back in Titan, and I gotta talk about this, I have to rant about this. So if you don't know who I am Stronghold. I play an absolute ton of Destiny 2. I have almost 1,800 hours in it, and most of those are with Stronghold. I love Stronghold. I've played it since it got reworked in Lightfall. That's when I joined. I joined in Lightfall, when Strongholds got reworked. And it has been grafted onto my Titan ever since. I have played Stronghold for years. I've used every single sword in the game, including the Green Nazredin, to beat GMs. I love this thing. Please, for the love of God, stop just holding block for the entire mission. I have seen this multiple times. Every content creator's talking about defensive form, hold block Stronghold with the lightsaber. It's driving me nuts. This exotic is so powerful that you do not have to hold block the entire time. I actually dislocated my shoulder yesterday and had to go to the hospital, and during recovery, I browsed a lot of the Reddit. And the number one thing that people were recommending people use on Stronghold was Rally Barricade Storm's Keep with the Refraction Core. Now, it is no longer episode heresy. Flash counter bolt charge doesn't work very well anymore. It's still really strong. You're still unkillable. I get that. But you are losing out on so much damage, and you're losing out on the majority of what Stronghold does. The Praxic Blade, if you don't know, which Stronghold has 100% damage resistance. Let me do this real quick. Even compared to Power Swords, which we only had 90. If I do this real quick, let me show you what this looks like. So I've got a Synancia and a Praxic Blade. So watch this. This is the Synancia. That's how much damage I took. Wait for our health to come back. This with Praxic Blade. That's how much damage I took. You have 100% DR when you're using the lightsaber block. And I get that. That's very, very strong. But what people don't realize is that's not all that Stronghold gives you. Stronghold has two parts in it, all right? Maximize guard stats on equipped swords. We already talked about in the Stronghold, the weak hold video when Stronghold was getting nerfed. Why guard resistance is a fucking scam. It's like 5% extra between 0 guard resistance and 100 guard resistance. Really not that big of a deal. This is why you use Enduring Guard on everything that's not Stronghold. You take reduced damage while blocking with a sword. With Stronghold, you get a resist times 4, as you can see on the left side here. That does work. That does about 50% DR. Which DR gets weird. I can pull up the DR calculator, which I didn't have on hand because I'm a goddamn fool. But I could pull up the DR calculator and basically show you what I'm talking about here. So here's the DR calculator by Kaio. Has not been updated for Renegades, but you can see resist times 4 is 50% DR. But it gets kind of weird when you also have the passive. I need to make a copy of this. Make a copy. Let me show you real quick. Here's this calculator. This is not a high production video. This is me just ranting. And then the PvE DR. So you're at 65% whenever you block with Stronghold. All right, that's just what it is. It's just free. You just get 65% DR. So when you're blocking with Praxic Blade, you have 100% DR here and 65% DR here, and that's without chest mods or anything like that. Now, the thing that's driving me nuts is that people are only doing this. They're running around, placing this down, and just holding block. Not only is this completely wasting the last half of what Stronghold says, you take reduced damage while blocking, rapidly damage targets after blocking shots with the sword grants restoration for a duration determined by the number of shots blocked. Stronghold can give you 16 seconds of restoration too, which is one of the strongest defensive buffs in the entire game. You can regen your health incredibly quickly, allowing you to drop your guard and beat the shit out of your opponents. I don't get why people are doing this when they could be doing this. And having the penumbral blades come up, they get a lot more damage out of it. Impact Core with Spark of Frequency is kind of nuts. Impact Core with Sunbreakers, Ember of Ashes is nuts. Look at this real quick. Fuck, I messed it up. If you wait a little bit, you can get 2 ignitions off of 1 combo. Why the hell are you standing here doing this and blocking the entire time when you could be doing this. Because here's the thing about defensive stance. Yes, it gives you ammo while blocking, but it also gives you blocking attack immediately after guarding, increases damage for a short duration. This is basically how Black Talon's old Catalyst used to work with reversal. Check this out. Here's the Destiny Data Compendium. This has a lot of really powerful information. If we go to exotic weapons, go to Praxic Blade. So, not only, let me see this real quick. So, blocking, defensive form. Blocking attack within 1 second of beginning to block grants 20% increased damage. You are completely giving that up by having your block button taped down. You're giving up the 20% increased damage from that. You're giving up the, let me find it real quick. You're giving up the 15% increased damage from Argent Blade. You're giving up the Sword Storm combo. And you're giving up Impact Core, which we look at exotic weapons again. It gives you, like, Impact Core gives you 1 bolt charge, 2 if you have Sparkle Frequency, 25 Scorch, weaken for 6 seconds, whatever. You are giving up an insane amount of Scorch. You're giving up way faster bolt charge generation. And you're giving up 20% damage, 15% damage, and Penumbral Storm Blades. Just to hold block and play Strongholds in a way that's not nearly as interesting. And if you're worried about survivability, don't be. Check out this clip. Resto 2 is insane. You can survive forever. It's nuts. Resto 2, especially in Lawless Frontiers, makes you a god. And I wouldn't be upset about this. And again, okay, if just let me say this real quick. If you enjoy playing this way, keep doing it. I don't mind it whatsoever. But what drives me nuts is that I'll see Reddit posts that are like, hey, I got bored of the Stronghold always hold block build. What should I play next? When they don't realize that Stronghold has so much more to offer them. You can be, I see this all the time in Lawless Frontiers, where somebody is using the blade, somebody on Titan is using Praxic Blade and dying because they don't have proper healing. And if they were running Stronghold and had Resto 2, they could use Praxic Blade to their heart's content. Like, I'll see them at low HP and I'll throw a Revitalize towards them because they don't have the healing that I have. Because either Stronghold's reputation is just hold block forever, or they just want to use something else. And if the second option, that's fine. But if it's the first one, that bugs me. Because I'll see these Reddit posts, they're talking about, like, hey, what are fun Stronghold builds that I can play? And that's what my whole channel is about, is fun Stronghold builds. And the only thing I see recommended is Rally Barricade Storm's Keep with Refraction Core. So not only are you taking a playstyle that can be extremely fluid and extremely mobile, like I run Eager Edge, I run Praxic Blade, I can go wherever the fuck I want. It's awesome. And you're making them instead stand in one spot and hold one button. There's a reason I run Thruster on my Arc build. Look, you're making them do this. This is what when you're recommending this build. You're recommending that a person who wants to play with Praxic Blade stand there and do this. And yes, it's powerful. Yes, you can definitely do this. But you're doing less damage. You're not supporting your team in the ways you can, because one of the best things about Stronghold is that you can force bosses to just keep stomping. You can force bosses to just keep doing their melee over and over again and not attack you. It's awesome. Like, this is so sick. And you can be doing this. Or you could be doing this. And I don't get why people are recommending that you do this instead of the thing that I was just doing. Because Resto 2, let me get it again real quick. It lasts for 5 seconds. And even with that 1 second of Resto 2, I'm already almost back at full HP. It allows you to do almost 2 combos with full Resto 2. Yes, I get it. Refraction Core is powerful. I get that Stronghold makes you invincible while holding right click. It's probably why it's going to get adjusted again, which is one of my biggest worries. But if you are new to Stronghold, if you want to pick up this exotic because of how powerful Praxic Blade is, please learn how powerful Resto 2 is. And stop just looking at maximizes guard stats and equip swords, you take reduced damage while blocking with a sword. Look at the rest of what it does. There is nothing in the game that does what Stronghold does. Nothing. there is nothing in the game that is as powerful defensively as Stronghold. Maybe like that one glaive that gives you the bubble shield might be like a contender or something, or maybe like some Warlock exotic I don't really know about because I don't play Warlock. Stronghold is nuts. And if you're going to use it, or if you're going to tell others to use it, please use the whole exotic and not 30% of it. That's pretty much all I really wanted to say. To kind of wrap this video up in a nice little bow, this is my favorite exotic in the game. It's the whole reason I play Destiny. I love Stronghold to death, and there are so many players that are going to be trying it out now. And what breaks my heart is that they're going to try the infinite block build with a Fraction Core and get bored of it super duper quickly when this exotic has so much to offer to people who enjoy sword gameplay. You can do so much with Resto 2 and a right click for invincibility button that allows you to be so aggressive, allows you to push in on the enemies. You can be right up in their face the entire time. But instead, these content creators and these people on Reddit are telling them to just hold right click the whole time. Which not only is that not the most powerful way to use it, it's the most boring way to use it. And a lot of people who might end up like me, who might end up putting 1,000, almost 2,000 hours into Stronghold, are going to get bored. And they're going to stop playing with it. And that breaks my heart. It really does. Because that's the whole reason I made this YouTube channel, was to gush about how much I love this exotic. And the fact there's going to be people out there who try the infinite block build, get bored, stop using it, it makes me sad. I just want people to enjoy this exotic and enjoy sword gameplay more. But that's my rant. If you want to argue with me, go right ahead. I love getting comments. I respond and read every single one. Let's have some discussion about this. I know Stronghold's probably going to get nerfed. What my hope is, my ideal nerf, if Bungie thinks that Praxic Blade's too strong for Stronghold, just make it only work with power swords. I don't give a... Black Talon's awesome now. Heart Shadow's incredible. Like, I will use other swords. I haven't even tried 86 yet. It seems ass, but I haven't tried it yet. The perks on 86 seem really terrible. But, like, I was having a ton of fun with the new Black Talon before I got Praxic Blade. Bungie, if for some fucking reason you're watching this video, or if you're thinking about nerfing Stronghold, just make it so it only works with power swords. That's all you gotta do. Like, yeah, we'll lose Praxic Blade, but it's better than having fucking Weak Hold back, where it was an exotic that did literally nothing, that it was just Blight Ranger, but on Titan. So, hopefully I made some good points. This was kind of a thrown together rant video. You all have a wonderful day. Enjoy running Praxic Blade or however the hell you want. Don't let me be the arbiter of what you can and cannot play in the game. Just when people ask you for Stronghold builds, let them know that you can use anything. Use any subclass. You can play it however the hell you want. As long as you got a sword in your hand, you're invincible. Doesn't matter what sword it is. Again, Green Nazredin. People who came by the Twitch and YouTube streams know that I've used that shit in GMs, and it's awesome. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.